Hello, my name is Stephanie Wardlow, a senior program manager with the Alzheimer's Association. In Florida, hurricanes can be a real threat. To ensure you and your loved one living with dementia have a plan, we've partnered with the University of South Florida to bring you a disaster preparedness guide for dementia caregivers, available at your local Florida chapter website. For Central and North Florida, go to alz.org/CNFL. For Florida Gulf Coast, go to alz.org/FL Gulf Coast. And for Southeast Florida, go to alz.org/SE Florida. At any time, you can access resources. We're here to help you and those impacted by Alzheimer's and dementia. We offer a host of educational and support programs. You can learn about Alzheimer's treatments, planning, caregiving, and more through our in-person or virtual education programs. Or join a confidential support group, which help attendees develop coping methods, encourage self-care, learn about community resources, and optimize care techniques. Use the Community Resource Finder at alz.org/CRF to view upcoming programs and support groups. Lastly, call our 24/7 helpline. Our helpline is 1-800-272-3900 and is available around the clock 365 days a year. Through this service, specialists and master's level clinicians offer confidential support and information to people living with the disease, caregivers, families, and the public. Stay safe and know that we're here to help you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Peterson, and I'm with the School of Aging Studies at the University of South Florida. We've conducted research with caregivers about how to prepare for a disaster, and I have some information to provide to you about what to do if you plan to evacuate. First, you need to think about where you're going to go. Would it be the home of a relative or a friend? And where do they live? Would it be a hotel or a public shelter? And as you make this decision, if you're preparing for a hurricane, it's important to know where the hurricane is coming from and where it's going to make landfall. If the hurricane is quickly approaching, you can get that information from the National Weather Service. And to do that, you can go to NOAA.gov and find the information that you're looking for based on the name of the hurricane that might be approaching. This will help you decide if you're in an area that may need to evacuate and which area you want to go to as a safety zone. If you're going to go to a public shelter, if you feel like you need to go, check the website of the county you live in, and you will be able to find the locations of public shelters and special needs shelters. And it's important to call them to find out what you need to bring and if you're eligible to get in if it is a special needs shelter. And one good thing to know is that it's important to register every year to go to a special needs shelter. If you are going to be traveling by car, here are some things to think about. Are you familiar with the route and the stops along the way? How long will it take you to get there, and how much fuel will it take? Also, how long is your loved one able to sit? You also need to carry along the important items for the person that you care for, and think about their needs, not just their healthcare needs, but the things that they need to feel comfortable, to try to create as much of a sense of normality as possible. You may need to take some medications, depending upon what your loved one is taking, and you can call your doctor for help about this to get the medications, the extra medications that you may need. You probably want to have at least a week's worth if you're going to be leaving town. The favorite foods and drinks of the person you care for in portable form. And again, it's important to bring along things that they like, that make them feel good in order to help the journey to be as more normal as possible. You will need cash for the things that you will need at your destination, but you cannot take with you. Of course, you will need your cell phone and a charger to charge up your cell phone if you wind up in a place where you are not able to do that. A flashlight and batteries are always good to have with you, always good to have in your car at all times anyway. It's very important to have all the documents that you need, the medical documents that you need for yourself and the person you care for, insurance forms, information about your homeowner's insurance, everything that you feel is essential to the day-to-day activities for yourself and the person you care for, and to make arrangements if your home or property is damaged. And you will need to carry those in some kind of a waterproof container, a bag, or a box with a snap-on lid, something like that. Your ID is very important. You may become separated from the person that you care for, who you're traveling with. And so it's good to have identification on yourself and on that person. And an important website to get that information is medicalert.org/ALS. And that's medicalert.org/ALZ. It's good to have fresh clothing, including towels and bedding if you're going someplace where these won't be available. First aid items and hygiene supplies, of course, are very important, including personal items for yourself and the person you care for. Items like games and stuffed toys and other things, again, to create a sense of comfort and diversion for the person that you're traveling with. And if you're traveling with a pet, of course, be sure to have a carrier and the items that that pet will need, including food. And again, think about the things that you and your loved one may need on the journey and after you get to your destination. And be sure to have those special items if it is something that I haven't named here. The most important thing, again, is to remember that you're not alone. There are agencies and other people out there to help you, relatives and friends. And there's the Alzheimer's Association. They have a helpline, a 24-hour helpline that can give you some special information if you need it. That number is 1-800-272-3900. Also, this document that we've created for caregivers is available in a link that will appear in the description of this video. Again, you can do this and you are not alone. Thank you.